What's up, everyone? My name is Steve from Supermods Tech, and today I'm going to be talking about why you should not support the eBay global shipping program. So I recently had an incident where I was basically selling an item, shipped it overseas. This person then started to find excuses about the device not working, this, that, and the third. And you know that the device was fine because it's basically a brand new phone. And then on top of that, they were saying that the camera doesn't work. So they finally received the device. They say the camera doesn't work. All of a sudden, they want to return the phone. First of all, this listing was a non-return listing. I put no returns. So because they claimed it was defective, they were able to initiate a return process. Now, mind you, this person is overseas. So I called the eBay rep. I was told, no need to worry. I can see that the case will be in your favor. You don't need to respond to the seller. It'll close automatically, whatever the case may be. So I said, okay. I wish I recorded that conversation because I didn't. But I did record the other conversations. And I'm going to upload these conversations so you guys can all listen to them one by one. So a few days passed by. And after the days passed by, this person escalated the case. Now, I'm getting a letter from eBay telling me, oh, if I don't respond to the seller, now they get to keep the item and keep their money. So now I should send them money in order to get the item shipped back, which I believe is complete bullshit. Why should I have to send you money when your untrained representative told me not to send the item back? So I'm on the phone with the supervisor, so I start recording them, and I start to record everything now. That's my new rule. I'm going to record every conversation that I have with any customer service at all, whether it's eBay, PayPal, I don't care who it is. I have a special phone that I use to record these conversations. So I initiated that. Listen to this first conversation. You guys are telling me now that I have to accept the return, so I already lost. Why are you guys telling, like, I lost the case?
The only time that you, as a seller who's not offering any return, could decline a request is if the reason of your buyer falls under the remorse cases. However, if they're going to complain about the item being defective, we hold you accountable here at eBay to facilitate.
Okay, can I ask you a question? Did you look at the device? Did you look at the picture? Did you look?
Yes, I see the photo.
Okay, you saw the photo. What did the photo say? What did the photo show you? Do you see any defects on the phone in that photo? What defect do you see on that photo?
All right. But merely looking at the photo, I don't think that there might be a defect on the item, not unless if I have physically checked on it.
Oh no, I'm just asking a question.
Just determine
if you look at the phone, right? Do you see any defects on the phone? What defect do you see? Point out the defect and show me. Because I'm looking at the picture and I don't see any defect.
Well, I'm not seeing any defect on the phone.
I arrest my case. You don't see any defect. Therefore, there should still not be any case ongoing. It should be in my favor. You yourself said it, the representative, that there's no defect. You said it yourself.
If we're only going to check, the physical,
which is what's supposed to be checked. What else is supposed to be checked on the phone?
If you are selling a phone, then basically the functionality of the phone, or how it's actually intended to work, should also be validated. If you are,
what does that screen say? What does it say on the screen?
All right. Based on the screen or on the last photo that you have provided, It merely shows the logo that says red medium machine hydrogen red powered by Android, and that's it. Okay.
Now, what about
That's
the
what you
photo?
can
Now, what
see.
about the photo? What about the photo that the person that's complaining that the phone is defective? What about their photo? What does it say on their photo?
Based on the photo that was provided by the buyer, it shows, like a beta.
Beta, right?
I mean, it shows,
Right.
that says beta.
Right. It says beta. Beta. Now, if you look up the definition of beta, what does beta mean? Beta means testing. Beta means testing purpose. How do I know that this person didn't put that phone in that mode and trying to falsify a return? Beta is a testing mode.
All right. That's the reason why we cannot just assume whether or not there's really something wrong about this item, because we haven't physically checked on it.
But your guys' return department is going by what the customer says and what he posted in his picture. And based upon his picture, there is nothing wrong with the phone. His reason for returning the phone is not valid, and your guys aren't seeing it. You're claiming that it's valid, and it's not. What makes his return a valid return?
Okay. The actual statement of your buyer about why they wanted to return it back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And also on the very first email
Mm-hmm.
they've sent you says
Tell me
the
if,
rear camera does not work.
okay. And what was my response? He wants the camera to work in 4D. The camera is not built to work in 4D in the back. It only works in the front. It's designed that way by the company, not by me. The back camera works. It can take pictures. It just doesn't work in 4D because the rear camera is not made to work in 4D.
All right. Based on the information that you have provided to this, to this buyer, yes, you actually mentioned to them that from what you have read, 40 only works from the front-facing camera
Mm-hmm.
only, and they did not make it to work with the rear camera yet, and that's what you're trying to accomplish. That's why it shows beta still, and the link you sent does not work.
Exactly.
Okay. However, here's, the situation. All right. You need to, or what I would have suggest is for you to leave the buyer a message
Mm-hmm.
and get further clarification as to what exactly happened. Let them know, or try to ask them whether or not they have mistakenly purchased this item, and if ever they actually expect to have a working camera that can be, that actually works in 4D. Okay, because if that would be the case, then they had mistakenly purchased this item. However, that needs to be documented through your messages, so we can, validate this return, or we can make use of your communication to actually back you up. Without us knowing the intent of this buyer, or the main reason why they wanted to return it back, then we would only assume based on how, or based on the reason that they have associated with the request stating that the item is defective, right?
Mm-hmm.
You don't exactly know how this item works. but you have a way to at least try to get more information from the buyer, because that is how we're able to validate, the communication, or it's how we're able to validate how this buyer tried to check on your item.
So what should I ask him? Did he purchase this item in mistake, believing that the 4D camera is supposed to work in the back?
Yes, you may try to say it that way.
Okay.
All right. That would really be perfect, Stephen, and we do appreciate that. Okay. Also, do you still want to speak to my manager about this transaction also?
I mean, if you could get him on the phone, yeah. Or you said they're gonna call me back, right?
Yes. Unfortunately, I'm not able to get an available manager as of the moment.
Yeah, you could have them call me back.
All right. Sure. I'll be glad enough to know the information here and expect a call back within a day, using that phone number that you just gave me.
Okay.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Thank you so much then, and have a good day. Bye for now.
And now as you can see, this is completely bullshit. Now, I have to keep calling them back again, so I'm gonna let you listen to also this third conversation, because now they're telling me to send an email and send money to the person, or get their email address to send them money, so that it'll look like I'm trying to work with them, so they say. So listen to this conversation.
Sorry for the extended hold, Stephen. I was able to clarify the situation. While the most recent decision that we have is to ask you to facilitate a return to your buyer, that would just be your buyer statement, but that would not defeat the purpose for us asking to still facilitate a return for your buyer. There will still be a chance that you're going to lose the case in the event that your buyer will not provide any information when they are to return the item to.
So
Right?
what do you?
Because what we are already expecting now is for you to facilitate a return. So if those things have not been facilitated, then there would be a chance for you to lose this case.
So for me to facilitate a return is to what? Send
Mm,
him
uh,
money.
yes. So based on the email that we have sent to you, it's either you would have to ask them that you ask their PayPal email address,
Mm-hmm.
and if they will not respond to that, then what we would do next is to forcefully ask your buyer to return the item and to, at their own cost. So that would be in a legal process, applying the eBay money back guarantee rule. And if you're the once your buyer failed to do so, and that's the only time that we will be able to close the case in your favor, because your buyer failed to return the item on time or from the time frame that we have given to them. But so far, right now, what calls in or what would suggest
Mm.
for the most recent decision that we have placed is still we are expecting it from you that you are to facilitate a return for your buyer. Okay, we will not be able to honor or on what your previous conversation you have with the buyer about your willingness to return the item back to you.
So I'm gonna send him an email. Tell me if this is correct for his PayPal address.
You can ask for their PayPal email address,
Mm-hmm. And
and
then,
then
mm-hmm. And once I ask him for the eBay address, PayPal address, what's the next step?
okay, and once the 4 days have passed, given the timeline for you, if your buyer did not respond to that, providing their PayPal email address,
Mm-hmm.
then what we would do next is to forcefully ask them to return the item back to you that's already at their own cost. So we will no longer be holding you accountable in providing them a return label at that time.
Okay, so my next email to him should be what's his PayPal email address?
Correct. That
And
is correct. And once the
mm-hmm.
once the whole time frame have passed and there's no response from your buyer about it,
Mm-hmm.
then we proceed with forcing a return at their own cost and returning the item back to you. Okay, that would be it, Steven.
Okay, so let me get this clear.
Mhm.
if I ask him for his PayPal address
Mm-hmm.
and he doesn't respond,
All right.
then eBay is gonna force him to return the item.
To return the item, and we no longer hold you accountable in asking you to pay for the return shipping cost. It's already going to be your buyer's responsibility now in paying that return shipping cost. Then it's going to be at your own cost returning the item back to your.
Now let me ask you this question: should I wait a few days? When is my deadline supposed to be up?
Let me just check when was this exactly. Place the case on hold. Okay. Okay. I can see here that we have placed this case on hold back on the 12th of June.
Hmm.
But you have until June 17th.
Which is Monday.
Even you're right, and so that's why right now, please proceed with asking your buyer to provide them their PayPal email address, and that if they fail to do so, then we'll proceed with asking them to forcefully returning the item back to you at their own cost. So
Oh,
it's no for your accountability in providing that in facilitating a return for your buyer.
but is it okay if I give him a day to see if he's gonna return the item first? Can I put that in on Sunday? Can I ask him that question on Sunday?
Sure. Today is just Friday.
Today's Friday, so I have Saturday to see if he responds.
So it
And if
doesn't.
he doesn't respond by Saturday, by Sunday with a tracking number, I'll ask him for his PayPal.
Um, that will be fine. Okay. If your most recent conversation with the buyer is showing the willingness for your buyer to return the item to you,
Correct.
and
Correct.
you wait until Sunday if those information has not been accomplished by your buyer, so please proceed with asking them
Asking for the email.
to
Asking for the email
PayPal
address.
email address.
Okay.
Correct. Okay. All right. So I hope everything will fall into place, Stephen. Thanks for calling me, babe. Have a great night.
All right. And then, okay, I give them the money. They said they're gonna ship the item. I send them a message. I tell them, okay, please send me a tracking number. Didn't receive any tracking number. Fine. I let it rock. All of a sudden, on about 3 days later, I go to my PayPal and my money's missing. Say, why? Oh, the item was delivered. I call them. This is to this conversation now. They said the item was delivered.
Thank you so much. How can I help today, Steven?
Well, I'm calling today because I have a case that was pending. The buyer was already issued a refund, and he didn't even send my item back yet.
Okay. So I understand that you're concerned about your item because it looks that your buyer has already been refunded. No worries, I'll be here to check on that. Do you have the item number?
It's for a red hydrogen phone.
Red hydrogen phone. Okay. I'll have to double check on this, Steven. Can I place you on hold for less than 2 minutes?
Yes.
Steven?
Yeah.
Okay. I have a technical issue here in my end. I'm still checking on the tracking number of the item that has been okay?
Okay. You haven't when was the tracking number issued? Because I didn't get any tracking number information.
It says here that the item was delivered
How the
on
item was delivered?
June 9.
How's the item delivered June 19th? I didn't receive a tracking number, so how is it delivered June 19th? This person is on the other side of the country, so you're telling me between Monday and June 19th the item was delivered?
Yes.
Oh, really? So I need proof of that tracking number to show that it was delivered.
Okay, it says here delivered, but it's not delivered to your specific location.
Excuse me?
It's not delivered to your specific location.
And what does that mean?
It's delivered to Erlanger.
It's delivered where?
Erlanger.
Where is that?
It's actually one of our global shipping program hub.
Yeah, but it's not in my possession. I'm supposed to inspect the item before you can mark it as delivered, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay then, so why was a refund issued if it's not in my possession?
Okay, so how would you want eBay to resolve this for you?
They need to have the money back in my account until I confirm that that's my item that's being shipped back to me. It's sitting.
Okay.
If it's not in my possession, how can they issue a refund? It's sitting at a hub. It's not in my possession. There should not be no refund issue.
Okay, so here's what I can do on my end, Steven. I'll be connecting you to the correct department who can assist you in this, okay?
Yes, please.
Thank you so much. Stay on the line. Hello, Steven. Thank you for waiting.
Uh-huh.
I have Rene on the other line. He's from Appeals Department, and he will be the one to assist you on this item.
Which department is he from?
Appeals Department.
What department?
Appeals.
Appeals? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
All right. Good day, Stephen Young.
Yes?
Speaking with you. This is Rene from the Appeals Department. I was informed by my colleague that you did not receive the item back. It was sent to a different address.
And what...
for the
Uh-huh.
red hydrogen 1 holographic 4-view media machine that you sold.
That is correct.
Okay. So, what happened? Says here that the buyer wanted to return the item and you sent him funds to cover for return shipping.
That is 100% correct. I also provided the correct shipping address that he needs to ship it to here in the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
How did you send him the correct shipping address?
If you look in the messages, you'll see one of the messages with my correct shipping address that's on file with eBay, where I accept all my returns to.
Okay. On June 14th, it's in Laurelton, New York.
That is correct.
All right. All right, I'll just review this real quick. I'll place you on a brief hold for 1 to 2 minutes, okay?
Okay, no problem.
Thank you. I thank you for waiting.
Yeah.
All right, so after reviewing the appeal, I see that you have not received the item back, even though you have facilitated the return by sending the buyer $55 to PayPal and providing them with your return address.
That's correct.
So I will grant your appeal.
Mm-hmm.
This will not be taken against you. Any defect would be removed. And the funds would be available on your account within 48 to 72 hours.
Okay, so now do I have to call back for this? Because this has been an ongoing headache for me.
No, you will receive an email confirmation about this appeal being granted to your eBay messages.
And when will I receive that confirmation?
Within today.
Today? Okay.
Within today, yes.
And can I have the case number for this conversation, please?
1-216
Mm-hmm.
203
Mm-hmm.
995
Mm-hmm.
857.
Let me repeat it for you. It's 1-216-203-995-857.
Perfect.
And what's your name again?
This is Rene.
Renee?
Yes.
Okay, so you said I'll receive a confirmation today. The funds will be back in my account. How long?
Within 72 hours, Stephen.
72 hours? So that's basically 3 business days. Okay. And I will receive a email confirmation about the case today.
That's also true.
Okay, Renee, thank you very much. And I hope I don't have to call back about this issue. And I appreciate it. Thank you very much for your help.
You're welcome. You have a good evening. Thank you for calling me.
Okay. And after this conversation now, you can clearly see that they gave me my money back. But I still lost $50 in the whole shindig because I sent this guy $55 to ship the item back to me. So, you know, I was pretty much screwed. So from now on, eBay can kiss my ass with the global shipping program. I'm no longer supporting that. So thanks for watching. This is Steve from Supermars Tech. I'll see you guys in the next video.